Hello, everybody. Happy UFC 289. We are here back for another show, and I am joined again by none other than Mr. LowKeyUnanimous. What's up, buddy? How are you?
What up, Diddy? Good, man. How you doing?
What's up,
I'm
man?
excited. I'm pumped. We got a fight card this weekend. It's a good one. I think it's underrated, quite frankly. I wish it had more than 11 fights. I like my Saturdays to have a little bit more blood in them. But I think it's an underrated card. I'm looking forward to getting into it and talk about some of it.
For sure.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. We had a pretty busy weekend strike with the pack drops. That leaderboard challenge wrapped up. We got a new challenge yesterday. So we definitely got a lot of stuff to talk about for sure. But before we get into everything, I do have to do the raffle for the final table for poker last week. So let me just pop my screen up here real quick so we can get that going for them. All right, so I got everybody loaded up in here. We got that final table raffle. I got everybody's name in here. Those 7 folks that are left. If you guys are here or paying attention, or you could watch it back later. We're gonna shuffle this a couple times. I'm gonna do 5 shuffles, and then we're gonna spin it for that the pack winner last week. So good luck, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good luck. Final table last week. Poker's starting again tonight. Probably like in a couple hours after the show. So good luck, y'all. And our winner is, oh man, Dave Thomas banging out the pack for last week's poker.
Founder of Wendy's.
Founder of the double stacks, boy. The double stacks and them nuggets. Let's go. And I'll take a Frosty too, right?
I don't know, man. I'm
Congratulations.
I'm 100% sure that's not made from real ice cream, so I don't know if the Frosties are where it's at.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They're definitely, the consistency's off, but they are delicious. I'm not gonna lie.
No doubt.
So before we get into everything, we had a little bit of technical difficulties last week, and it kind of threw me off a little bit. But I did kind of want to get a little background on you, Lowkey, and kind of just, how you got into collecting UFC Strike, how did your collection progress from when you started and then to now, like have everything on the platform? Like tell us a little bit about how you came about into the community.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. So for me, it was pretty simple. I mean, I come from a background of, some sports collecting. I did some baseball cards. I grew up a baseball kid. Watching the Cubs play in WGN, as much as I could. I was just a baseball fanatic growing up, and baseball cards were a fun hobby for me. I started getting into UFC, quite frankly, late. Didn't get into UFC until COVID, when all the rest of the sports organizations
so
were shut down.
When the world stopped and Dana was pumping out, Dana was the only one pumping out the shows.
Yep. I liked what Dana was pushing and selling, and it forced me to kind of reconsider my position on MMA. I thought, I think my take before was it's just kind of, it's something. It's either a little bit too fake, a little too, it's a little too much like show, or it's a little too bloody. COVID, man, I got into it in a big way. I started understanding some of the nuance and some of the different strategery, so to speak, in the actual fight game. And really appreciated the high level of athleticism, the high level of intelligence in these fighters from a fight IQ standpoint, the ones that are good. So it became one of my favorite sports to watch. And
nice.
I kind of, my buddy Matt, who you'll see, he's in a picture that I got to share because of this Canada card. He was big into Top Shot, and when the Strike drops, first ones came out, man, I maxed out on those Tier 0 packs. And from there, I just kind of, I decided to roll some. I had some crypto, and I didn't think that was going to be looking too good moving forward. So I pretty much rolled most of my crypto into Strike, and that got most of the collection going. And then since then, it's just been kind of playing the game and little bit of FOMO and, you know, all the rest.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But
Yes.
do you mind if I give a little second? I give a little rub today. Anybody in the chat know what this hat is? If you can guess it in the next few minutes, that'd be great. Also, I was on the pod last week and I was wearing a different hat. I know it's kind of might be a cheesy thing, but every time I come on, I'm going to wear a different one. If anybody ever sees me wearing a repeat hat, I'll send them a challenger, like a Disney tomorrow or a Bird's challenger. You keep it up. You see me wearing the same hat more than once on the pod, I'll send you the $100 challenger for sure. But this here is my alma mater. This is Indiana State baseball, and I'm going to share something. And I'm going to get it to you so that you can just to prove this.
Sure.
Back in the day, which one was it? It's been a minute. But that is the same guy that is on the pod. That's low key.
That is low key slugger. Low key slugger.
Forearms. You know, low key no beard at the time. But you don't have to share that anymore. We can get that out of the public realm forever. But I want to give a little rub. They Indiana State got into the NCAA tournament, the baseball tournament, hosted a regional in Terre Haute, Indiana last weekend, swept it, went on to the super regionals. They're actually supposed to be hosting TCU this weekend in Terre Haute, Indiana. But Indiana State has a long-standing relationship with the Indiana State Olympics. And the Special Olympics are actually happening there today, this weekend. And so they actually moved it. It's in Fort Worth. They're at TCU is actually hosting the Super Regional. It'll be on ESPN. Indiana State dropped the first game yesterday. Nice. But I'm trying to get all the old hats out here, man. Get all the rubs. You could tell this is some real baseball stuff back here. When you start getting into these dirty ass, sorry,
hell yeah.
But these lids, these lids are gross, man. Look at that. That's disgusting.
Yep.
20 years,
That's what's
man.
all
20
about.
years since
That's what's
we've
all
been
about.
in the fire. But
good luck to them.
I appreciate it, man.
Good luck.
Absolutely. The head coach is absolutely a stud. I went to Indiana State to play for Coach Mitch Hannes. I only got 1 year with him. He left to go to develop his career, and he's back, and he's got that program just doing great. So I just wanted to give a little rub to Indiana State. Go Sycamores. Other than that, I'm just going to share one other quick little thing about how excited I am for this Canadian card this week.
Yes, sir.
Are you excited for it, by the way?
I am. I think there's a lot of sleeper fights on this card. A lot of fights that I think are going to be some bangers. That hey.
So, the goofy guy in the back left is the one that got me into Strike with his Top Shot stuff. So hopefully he gets a chance to see this later. He's in Strike. He's in the Champ Club too as well. He pulled a Joanna out of a pack, just a regular pack. So he's in the Champ Club and multiple UFC fights with us. So yeah, we have a good time, and I'm looking forward to this Canadian card for sure, man. I'm about that hype all day.
That's what's up. Before we get into the card, though, let's talk about a couple things Strike's got going on this week. First and foremost, the big time giveaway for International Fight Week they got going on. So this was pretty cool. It's US based only, so there's some people a little bit upset with that, but this is a big time marketing play right here to get some eyes on UFC Strike. You know what I'm saying? And I
like how they included the Twitter aspect. You know, give more shots at the giveaway by the more things that you participate in. And it's a good way. It's kind of covert marketing. I like it. Yeah,
for sure. I mean, get their feet wet with the hype. Maybe they go and grab a TUF Pack. But yeah, all expenses paid, VIP trip to International Fight Week. That's pretty sick for sure. If you haven't checked it out already, just go to giveaway.UFC Strike, enter, you put your email in, and go through the whole enrollment thing. You get a hype moment. You get, once you do everything, you get 15 entries into the raffle, and then they'll probably pull them in a couple weeks. So good luck to everybody entering, and man, it's pretty nice to see something like this scale or this magnitude pop out for Strike. So it's really nice start to the marketing phase that we got hopefully ramping up here in the next couple weeks. So your thoughts on it?
And I think it's a fantastic opportunity for somebody to get an amazing trip. I mean, you know, it's one thing to get free tickets. It's another thing to get the accommodations, airfare, all that kind of stuff. Man, that would be some kind of trip to win. International Fight Week is absolutely incredible to attend. I was there last year, got Charles Oliveira at the convention deal. Actually got to hang out with Chris Curtis for about 5 minutes outside of the convention center. Just chatted him up for a little
nice
bit. Just a couple of cool dudes that I got to meet. I don't know that it sucks when you meet people and then later on you're going to predict they're going to get smoked, but it is what it is in the fight game. But I think they better get some good press out of this. I hope they end up finding somebody. I hope the winner of the drawing is good with social media.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, pretty much everything's paid and access to the Champ Lounge. Can't beat that for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. Yeah, I like it a lot. So hopefully there's some more things to come from Strike on the marketing aspect. But this is great start building up into International Fight Week. So bravo.
Absolutely.
Next thing we got here is some drops, buddy. Boy, oh boy, did we have some drops, man. Oh man. So
some drama. Had a little bit of drama as well.
Definitely some drama. So the packs were supposed to be dropped, both packs, base pack and elite pack on Thursday. The elite pack was scheduled to be at like 9:30 Pacific, and then the base pack was going to follow like an hour and a half, 2 hours later. Unfortunately, there was a bunch of issues not bunch of issues. So once the queue or the waiting room was supposed to open up, it was redirecting us to the incorrect website, an old queue, not a Concept Labs queue. So we're all trying to figure out what the hell's going on. How can we get in the waiting room? What the F? Then we get a link in Discord. We all click the friggin' link. And then because we all clicked that same link, we were all technically like logging in on the same computer. So when the waiting room opened, because we were all using the same exact link to a T, is like, you're not valid. You're already logged in on another computer. So there's probably like 200-300 of us that got hit with, you're on the wrong computer. So then we're like, what the fuck? So we're all like refreshing, trying to figure out what's going on. Long story short, the link on the main page updates, then people like me and others who were looking for the information, used the wrong link, did this, did that, jump in the queue finally, like not even 4 or 5 minutes late. And we got a number of 500 something, 600 something. So there's no way in hell, like a lot of us were going to get packed. So team decided scrap the mission for yesterday because there was a bunch of other issues on top of that with like the gating and the whole gating situation, which I have a big problem with personally. I'm not a fan of how they do this gate at all. And I think they really need to fix it and figure out a workaround because there's really no point in having a gate if everybody can join. What's the point? Just literally slows down the entire process for everybody, makes the entire process for everybody more painful, longer, takes more time out of everybody's day, and it's just a much more inefficient way to do it. If there's a way that before you can even click join the waiting room or join the queue, it checks and kicks your ass out if you don't have the 3 champs, that's the way to do it. That's efficient, get people in and out, get the line moving, bada bing, bada boom. That's one of my biggest gripes. I mean, granted, there's always problems that happen with drops. Obviously, we've been with Strike forever. This is not our first rodeo with drop problems, but especially when they're trying different things with the gate, would have been nice to see a stress test or something a day, 2 days, 3, 4 days before, just to quickly run through it. But overall, the elite pack ended up getting scrapped till Friday. The base pack went on sale at scheduled time. Well, I got pushed back like a half an hour. So we're looking at about 3,500 base packs sold so far. So that's pretty decent. And then on Friday,
I'm surprised it's not more.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people were holding
yeah.
holding their change, till this elite drop because it got moved back. But the elite packs did sell out yesterday. Overall, I think there are two great packs, well-priced packs. For what you got inside of them, can't beat them for the price point. Especially the elite pack getting all the new moments. And I think that, all the feedback that we've been giving them we're actually seeing some of that actually as results on the screen here. Because, when there's value, like I said, man, there's no way these elite packs weren't going to sell out. And you saw the demand when people, everybody's trying to get to 3 before that drop. So I think the structure was great. Bravo there. And go ahead. What do you think? How did you enjoy the pack drop?
I think the packs are phenomenal. I think that we're going to end up finding a happy medium from a pricing standpoint, and I think the elite probably should have been another $10 or $20 to get all of the challengers, because unfortunately, I think the challengers are momentarily suffering in the marketplace. I think that it's the price point didn't hurt anybody enough to not just flash sale them. So I think it's an opportunity to buy some undervalued contenders and challengers right now. I think all of the moments in the drop are trading below what they should. So if you missed the drop, go pick up some of these moments. They're cheap. But the other thing is really quick on the gating. I think that we should do a tiered gating. My opinion is because I think if we're allowed to do the trading to get there, having the threshold be at 3 caused a little bit of a problem to me. I don't think that anybody that has whatever your number is, there should be some sort of a magic number where you never get locked out of an elite drop. And with the numbers, if the numbers went up because of purchases, that would be amazing. I would have been blown away if we went from 185 or whatever collectors that had 3 champs to 200. I think it grew by about 40 or 50. The problem with that is that you now had people who were already original. They already had the gated access, and now their chance is diminished from 100% down to in that 80% range, which is still not bad. But there should never be anybody with 5 or 10 champs that should get locked out of the elite gated drop, in my opinion. Tech, I'm not a tech guy, brother, so I get frustrated with the tech and the pack drop issues, but I'm not going to sit up here and act like I have solutions, because I don't know what the solutions are. And some of the communications, with Rob or some of the folks I've had with Rob and whatnot, it seems as though that it's just there's a lot of hands that are in the mix. 3 or 4 different companies that are involved in all the different aspects, and hopefully they find some efficiency there. But then last piece on the drop, I don't know why these smaller packs aren't selling. To me, they're a break even at worst. And you just, obviously if you don't want to load Dapper, that's fine. If you don't have any budget left, but you're not going to lose money on these packs. This is like the first pack in a long time where you're almost certain not to lose money. Even if you get all 5 contenders, you're still getting good ones in there. I got an Emmett in one of my packs, Dariush. I mean, somebody, Poirier, some of these ones that aren't, that are not minimum price floor contenders are in some of these packs, in addition to the chance of getting a challenger.
Yeah. I mean, with 5 moments in the pack, $15, can't really beat it, dude. You can't really beat it. Because usually we're paying for like 3 moments that same price. So,
and there's no way we're not going to have another high-end burn challenge down the road at some point. So if you're hunting for Connors and you get a bunch of challengers and a bunch of burn fodder,
yeah, you're good. I mean, worst case scenario,
I'm down to play. I'm playing this game.
Yeah, worst case scenario, you got some stuff for the next big burn that's coming, which we've been burning pretty consistently over the last couple months. So like, it's always good to have a little extra fodder for sure, and I'm with you on that. So I'm a big fan of the drop. Think it was cool. I'm sure we'll start seeing some of those guys bleed out a little bit. Those base packs start
Marcus
selling a
bought
little bit
100
more.
packs. So I wonder if Marcus, did you get anything good in there? Did you pull a champ by chance? I mean, that's getting up there to where you're at that 1%, right? You get a chance.
100 packs. Bought an elite pack. Was more than happy with it. I wasn't buying a base pack. They are selling $2 though, and you need a low cereal to be able to sell. Yeah,
I think that's a short-term problem. I think they're $2 sales now that are going to be, at some point, you get the right guy, it's going to be an $8, $10 focus burn, or if nothing else, it'll be $3 to $4 burn fodder once we move to Series 2. But that's just my take on it. Who knows? That's all I guess.
No champs, 10% challenger luck, lots of good cereals. So I mean, it's not too bad. Not too bad. So we like the tough drop. Let's get into that episode last week. Was a little weird.
Yeah, let's talk about some
cowboy. We had cowboy McGregor and the cold sore gate.
I'd love to talk about rich dude dressing up to boss people around, and then lip funk. If we could get that into all of the shows, I mean, I'll be back all the time for sure, because who doesn't like talking about lip funk? That's the worst part, I think, is that right there, that quote, we're right here with Valia said, wait a minute. All right, he looked sad when he said, I have to start weight again. He was like, oh my God, I think that's going to be, hopefully they move him back more than a week or two so that they can rehydrate properly and get a proper cut.
It sounds like it's probably going to be a 2-week move, I think, before they fight again. Because you know how they bounce around weight classes, right? One weight class every week. So next week they're going back to the weight class, and then I guess they're fighting as the bantamweights the following week. So we'll see how it plays out, but it's not too much. Connor got a haircut. Guy who was cutting his hair got knocked out silly by a knee. Here's the knee. Yeah, it's clean, man. It's clean.
That was not an early call. Yeah.
It's real clean.
No.
Oh.
No, I'm not interested in picking those, man. I'd rather bet on them for sure.
Yeah, that was a pretty nasty one. But yeah.
So it's vets, Team Chandler. 2-0 vets, right?
2-0 vets. Team Chandler's up. Next week's fight is Austin Hubbard versus Aaron McKenzie. Lightweights. See how that one goes
I'd be
on Tuesday.
To see. I'll watch again. I'll probably fast forward through most of the real fighters of Beverly Hills piece of it, because that's just not my most interesting aspect, the reality show part. But I like watching the fights. It is really interesting. I'm wondering what the ratings are doing on ESPN. If we may be seeing the end of the Ultimate Fighter. It seems like Contender Series gets a lot more buzz.
Yeah, I mean, and ESPN, right now, ESPN's all about the playoffs, dude, for basketball and hockey, and that's what they're pumping. And this is just like something they could put on TV on Tuesdays, between the games.
Yeah.
But I think once the finals are over, I think it'll probably start picking up, hopefully. But we'll see.
We'll see. The finals will be over.
But honestly,
next game.
First. Yeah, I think so too. After yesterday, sheesh. Next thing on the docket, challenges. So we had a couple challenges. We had this bad boy that finished up last week. This was a fun one, guys. I don't know if everybody had fun with it or not, but I think it was really engaging with the leaderboard, even though it crashed the last 10 minutes or whatever it was of the challenge. But man, everybody was checking. I'll be honest with you, bro. This was probably the first time I can remember in a long time that I was literally checking Strike like every day, like where am I at? Where am I at? Where am I at? Did I get passed up? Do I have to burn more? Like it was pretty fun. It was pretty fun for me.
The FOMO worked,
What about
man.
you?
I hope I get something good. Yeah, man. I ended up right behind you. I ended up at 20 there, T21, 270 burn.
There you go.
So I was at 265 when the power went out, and I was like, I better burn another 5 just in case.
Same
like,
here.
I
burned another 5 just in case. I was like,
yeah. I was like, it'll take me about 5 minutes to burn 5, so nobody's gonna pass me unless they have tech that I don't, which would not surprise me. So I was actually pretty pleased to see that I stayed there in the top 25. Turned out to be a little bit of a waste of time. All they got me was a Clay Guida.
So that's what you got out of your
premium pack. So yeah, my premium pack was sub premium. So that means better odds for you to get a champ in yours that we're going to rip later. So I hope you pull one.
Ripping mine later.
I spent 42 hours burning for a Clay Guida. It's on a per hour rate. It was not the best. But I think you're right. It was fun. I think there was a lot of people that had FOMO, a lot of people that had an eye on a specific reward. And so they were like, you know what? I'm not stopping until I get this. As long as you have the inventory, I'd be interested to see if somebody had that mind frame and thought they were going to get into the top 25 and then just didn't have the inventory. And then it kind of petered out. I'd be curious about that. But yeah.
Joking Jay claimed his John Jones champion, Jesse.
Nice.
We're still waiting on all those rewards packs, right? We did get those premium packs. I'll be ripping mine later. But we are still waiting on those repackaged 3 contender packs so we can re-up our burn fodder after this big burn. I believe we burned over 15,000 moments.
That's incredible, man. And I did hear some people questioning why, hey, if you got that big of a lead, why are you still burning? Man, I feel like there were so many angles to this challenge as to where you could attack if you wanted to. Yeah, okay, well, I wanted to be the most. Well, that took was 500, but 600 would have done it, something like that. Well, guess what? An extra 400 burns means an extra, 250, 270, contenders and maybe a champ in some of those packs. So, I think it was worth it. Even if you didn't get what you wanted in your pack or something, I think it was worth it just because we still have more to do with this challenge and we don't even have our packs yet. You know what I mean? That's going to be fun to see.
For sure.
All of the good things that come out of those just ridiculous number of packs. Yeah,
once all those packs come out, it's going to be fun. I'm going to be doing a lot of ripping, boy. I got 57 on the way. 57.
I bet there's going to be some dollar moments pop up too. I bet there's going to be some people who
we started even seeing them. We started even seeing them this week after the pack drop. There's some of those new contenders were popping for $1 already.
I picked up overall, a couple of twos. I didn't see any dollars. Yeah,
there's a couple dollars last night, but overall, I think everybody that participated really enjoyed the challenge, and they could always make adjustments, do a couple different things, change the rewards up. But I'm really happy they added that bonus top 50 to it. It was awesome little piece for us. So big ups to the leaderboard challenge. And then this week we got the collection challenge for Mr. Jourdain.
Jourdain. Charles Jourdain. I think he's French Canadian, but I don't know. I guess they were hanging out with him up in Vancouver, right? I saw some.
Yeah. They were. He was. I guess he might have seen like the strike team over there. They got some. They were at the weigh-ins yesterday and press conference and stuff. So that's pretty sick too. That they get to go to those different like kind of more intimate like things for the fighters and seeing like how that stuff, because that's kind of like. For me, I look at that stuff like backstage stuff. You just kind of see all the backstage stuff going on. It's kind of
100%.
Kind of next level.
Yeah, we opened with how I got into Strike, but how I got into Strike is one thing, and the reason I'm not leaving Strike is because of that. I mean, I've literally shook hands and had drinks with 15 champs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
I hear you.
You just can't replace that experience.
100%, and I'm with you. I mean, even though our guys got smoked, the ones we met at 277, Mr. Yanez and Marquez, Uriah, they all lost their last few fights. But dude, the
hopefully we
experience
don't
itself.
we end up with a Strike champ lounge curse or something like that, man. That'd be cool. Aljo was in MSG, so that's not.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he got a W. So, yeah. He got a W for sure. Volk. Yeah.
So we got some questions. How many completions? I mean, obviously you got the champs, the 2 champ passes. There's got to be a couple, 150 of those. I don't know how many of those are unowned, but the GSPs wasn't that a special one? Aren't those fully owned?
Yeah, GSPs is fully owned. GSP is fully distributed. Charles Oliveira, let's take a look. If it takes me to him. Olives is at
20 or 30.
90. Yeah, about $150. You're at about 150 off the rip for GSP.
150 there, and then your Brock is your bottleneck.
And it is the nice thing. The nice thing about this challenge. The nice thing about this challenge is it's not multi-complete. It's single complete. So that's what makes it interesting. You can only complete for it one time. Yeah, it's a single complete challenge. So I'm thinking
you got both champs.
I'm thinking it's gonna end. My bad. I'm thinking it's probably gonna maybe like right around where Jillian was, maybe.
No, I think
Jillian was
easier. How many is Brock? What's Brock's mint? Isn't it only 500?
Brock 750.
750. Only
and Jillian
700.
Was
700 or owned.
Jillian was bottlenecked by Jaelton.
That was shorter. Okay, yeah, that's a shorter bottleneck. But also, this one, I mean, there's definitely not 150 from the champs because you're gonna have some dual holders since they're both Series 1, right?
Yeah.
And set holders are trying to gain thing. So I don't know. I didn't know there was single completion. I didn't see that part of it. Hadn't looked that deep into it because I knew it was autocomplete for me. So
for sure.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna say between what do we got here in the chat? Yeah, 550, 600. Yeah, probably like.
Is there a way to look up who's got a tool that shows the top stackers of the Brock Challenger? Because if somebody's got 2 or 3 people have 30 or 40 of them, then that could change it too.
I'll take a look right here.
I know when Brock hit the platform, there was a couple of groups of people stacking them, the challengers and the contenders.
Yeah. Brock Lesnar. Not really stacked up too heavily. Couple dupes, but a couple people with 3, a couple people with 4 or 5.
Oh yeah.
Looks like most of the stackers.
You're only taking 50 or 60 out of the supply, maybe. Yeah.
They're moving a little bit too.
What's the floor on it now? What's that?
$40. $40.
Yeah, that's good, man. It was, what was it, like $20 going into the challenge? So.
Yeah. Popped like $10, $15. Not bad. But yeah, I'm gonna say right around 550, 600.
For a reasonable cost. I'm sorry, you went robot on me there.
Yeah, you went robot on me too.
I like the challenge. I think it's attainable for a reasonable cost. If you're already set holder, it's an autocomplete. So I think it's you got to go back and forth between things that are a little bit more difficult and more active, and things that are a little bit more. If you'd had a ridiculous challenge coming off of that burn week, it might have felt a little heavy. But
for sure. And then speaking of that, we do have a huge giveaway this week. It's a massive pack we're giving away. If anybody's still awake here. But I'll run it at the bottom here. We're going to run it at the end of the show. 289 in the chat. Type 289 in the chat. Chance to win a UFC Strike Standouts Pack at the end of the show. 289 in the chat.
Remind me the standouts pack. What was that one about?
Standouts pack is.
Oh, there it is.
Let me show you.
Right there.
Oh yeah, there it is. It's the first counter drop.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
$70 pack. 8 moments. This is the standouts pack. So we are giving that away. Make sure you type 289 in the chat. We'll be giving that away at the end of the show. And we're getting close to the end too. So make sure you type 289 in the chat. I got 25 people in there so far. So on that note, let's talk some fights, brother.
Yeah, man. This is a short card. I wouldn't mind talking a little bit about the prelims for a couple seconds too.
Let's talk prelims too.
As we get to the end,
We'll go through every fight.
Talking a little bet strategy. I think this is a right card for some parlay pieces, and I think it's also specifically a good card for one of my favorite strategies, which is a super hedge with your last piece, your parlay. So, start at the beginning. I literally have no feel on that first fight, man. I think it's one of those, well, you put
everybody was watching the weigh-ins though. Everybody was watching the weigh-ins though yesterday.
No comment. A couple of folks that I follow, they definitely hovered on the weigh-in pictures a little longer than you would for some of these other fellas for sure. But
for Nunes,
do you have a read on it, man?
Aldana?
Oh yeah, that's a little different vibe. That's why these girls are 115 pounds and outside of the ranking.
I think this one is a straight up pick'em fight. I think
it's a fade for me from a betting standpoint.
Yeah, from a betting standpoint, you don't want to bet on it. I think Diana has just a little bit more power. So if she cracks her early, I could see her maybe winning. But I think it could just go back and forth, and it's probably going to be a decision. But you never know, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm leaning towards
Diana. Like minus 300. I mean, this thing is almost a lock to go over to go the full distance. I would just probably put a little bit of a lean on Oliveira because of I think her offensive grappling is a little bit stronger, and I don't think Belbita is very good at that from a defensive standpoint. So I'll probably lean Oliveira, but I'm not touching this when it comes to my money.
She got some pretty good takedown defense, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty much a toss up here. But I'm going with the Canadian.
Yeah. If you like throwing your money down. Yeah, if you like throwing your money down a well, bet on unranked 115-pound women. That's always a good way to do it.
And then we got David Dvorak fighting Steve Erceg, who's debuting on short. I think is it short notice?
Yeah.
Super short notice. I think he's short. Yeah, short notice replacement. Flew into Canada from Australia like 10 days ago, 12 days ago for the fight. So I'm leaning towards Mr. David.
It's not a lean for me. It's like a tumble because I don't think it's going to be close, man. Look, if you look at this Erceg guy definitely has some grappling skills, and if he could throw up some triangle from the bottom or get a break an arm or something like that, doing some sort of a crazy move. If he doesn't get that done pretty quick, I think Dvorak's going to make him piece him up pretty good. And Erceg's cardio looks pretty bad every time he gets into the second or third round. So if it lasts long, I think it's going to be Dvorak in a pretty big landslide. You got to watch that
Dvorak too.
Absolutely.
Those are the two early prelims, and then the main prelims. This one's pretty much. This fight's pretty wild, actually.
This one should be a fun one to watch. That's why they got it open in that ESPN piece.
Yeah, it should be definitely a fun one to watch for sure. These guys like to bang, and it's pretty much power versus volume here.
Yeah, I mean, literally 2 times the volume out of Builder. It's on a strikes per minute standpoint. He's throwing and just bringing it. He's going to bring nonstop pressure. I think Nelson has a chance to potentially chin him. This is one of those ones where it's a pretty big line. You know, Builder's got a pretty wide line, minus 230, 240, 250, depending on the book and where you're at right now. You could probably get that closer to even money if the fight gets through the first round, if you can bet it live, because Nelson's probably going to look pretty good out the gate. And I think Builder's shown his strategy to be, hey, I'm going to try to get this guy tired out, and then I think he's gonna Nurmagomedov him for the second and third rounds. I think he's just going to grind him into the mat. Might get a finish, but I think it's most likely going to be a 29-28. Be my bet. Chef Curry says the Builder was pretty cocky, so maybe he's got some confidence.
Yeah, he was there at the weigh-ins too. Chef Curry saw it live. He's there with the Strike. So
most guys are cocky when they got an O by their name still, But
yeah, that's true. That is true.
He's going to be I mean, obviously the crowd's going to be with Nelson heavy. He's a
100%,
kind of an OG Canadian guy, but he's also won it. He's 1-4-2 in the UFC, so
I'm pretty sure he's got.
They're not doing any favors here.
Doesn't he have a good size? Doesn't he have a good size advantage over Builder? Even though I'm pretty sure Builder's got like a 3 or 4 inch height disadvantage, if I remember correctly.
That up really quick. It's 3
pretty sure
inches.
He's a shorter dude. Yeah.
3 inches, but it's only 2.5 inches on the reach, so it's not going to feel as long.
If he wants to,
not so pronounced.
If Nelson wants to, if he wants to, he could circle, pick shots on the outside, and maybe land something nasty. But it should be a fun one for sure.
If he can. If he's got the footwork to be able to do that with all that pressure, but I think Builder's going to be coming at him. So do you think Nelson's got a chance, or you got Builder in this one?
I think Nelson's got a chance, bro. I think he's got a chance.
I think he's live. I don't know that there are many on this card that aren't live dogs. But I think Builder's a good part. I think Builder's a good piece for DraftKings, when you get the takedowns and points and things like that. I'm not going to bet Builder straight. I think, like I said, I'm going to try to get him in between the first and second round, live bet it, and then I might throw him in some of my bigger parlays as a parlay piece. I think he's got a pretty good chance to win.
Yeah, I like this fight though. It's going to be a fun one for sure.
That one should be one of the best fights for sure
of the night. Yeah, absolutely. And then we got Ayman Zahabi versus Quy Lang.
Lang. I don't understand how they're always one. All the Chinese guys have shortened the name to one name, and then you go onto like another site, and it has it broken up into 2 names, so it makes it kind of hard to figure out.
Quy Lang.
Same kind of thing here with the volume standpoint with Lang. He's just literally doubles up the volume.
2x the volume.
Weight.
Way back.
Yeah.
Probably, I think Zahabi's maybe and then we got another Canadian here on the card. I just think Quy Lang might overwhelm Zahabi here.
That's where I was at.
Yeah. And I mean, Zahabi's got some good power, but I just think the way Quy Lang mixes things up, this is going to be too much for him.
Yeah, and I think, if you go back and you're looking at some of the past results and like, what's he done in his last 4 or 5 fights? Well, Lang's, he's only been in bantamweight for 2 fights, and he's undefeated at bantamweight. So I think that sometimes you end up doing a little research and you miss. I don't think most of the sites do a good job of documenting the weights, that the actual fights occurred at if you're trying to do a quick snapshot. But I think he's been a lot more efficient with the move to bantamweight for sure.
Yeah. But it's another one of those.
Yeah.
Let's see what they got here. They got to go in the distance here.
Oh yeah. I think Lang could catch him could chin him in the get later in the rounds if
maybe
tires out.
Kick or something. I think maybe a kick or a knee.
Yep. I think a late KO is definitely in play. And Zahabi's 6 years older too. So there's once you start getting an age gap, at some point, once you get the experience level to where your age isn't a detriment, to me, that's when I start giving age an advantage. Now, if you're 18 versus 26, I'm going to give the 26-year-old that's got, 3 times the professional fights an advantage from an experience standpoint. But,
For sure.
Arca Lang's been fighting he's been, 33 pro fights. That's, I'll take 33 pro fights and 6 years younger here.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. On to the next one. We got a live dog here or what? I think we do.
Again, anytime, like, outside of the top, I have a hard time.
Like outside of the top 5, it's very tough.
I think that Jasmine is live, but I think that Miranda's going to try to grind her into the mat, kind of like what Blanchfield did. She lost to Blanchfield, and she's seen what Blanchfield's been doing. I think she's got some renewed energy. She's coming in a little bit on a little bit of a nice little streak, and
chip on her shoulder.
I think she's 9 years younger. You know what I'm saying? I think she's going to be in her face quite a bit. I think she's going to try to ground it out, either sub her or get some ground and pound, or at least a bunch of control time for a decision.
Yeah, definitely. She's going to be grappling heavy. My bad, but Jasmine's got that size and reach, man. That always makes for a tougher night for the grappler. So I don't know. It's another one of those. The odds. I think the odds are bullshit. This is way closer than that.
There's no doubt it's a little bit wider than I would want. Again, Maverick is kind of like Builder for me. It's part of a parlay piece. It's a parlay.
Yeah.
It's part of a parlay or a parlay piece. Jeez. But it's not something I'm going to run out and throw a unit on. I'm not just going to go bet Miranda straight up. If I was going to bet it straight up, I'd probably go for like a sub. I think she's, that's her clearest path to victory is getting inside on Jasmine and just grinding her down.
Maverick. We got a couple people Maverick. All right. On to the next. The main prelim. Nasruddin Imavov versus Chris Curtis. And Chris Curtis is short compared to this dude, bro. You seen him at the weigh-ins? Holy shit. This guy looked like a giant.
I met Chris Curtis in person, and apparently Chris Curtis has to cut weight to get to 185, and I would too. And I thought I was 6. I thought I was like 40 pounds bigger than Chris Curtis when I met him. So that's a little bit of a surprise that he's given up that much of a height and weight. It's just, man, I think he's dense. He's strong and he's dense, and so he carries a lot of weight in those muscles. I think that some people are going to give some recency bias towards Curtis away from Imavov because of Strickland, because of Imavov's loss to Strickland. But I think the one thing to remember there, if you didn't remember correctly or somebody's overlooking this, is that was at a catch weight, and Imavov was giving up 10 pounds to Strickland. And so it was not like it was a regular thing. They both had to cut down to the same deal. I think that was like a 190 catch weight or something like that, 195.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what do you think? You think Chris could crack him, or you think Nasruddin's going to get around?
I think Nasruddin's going to win. Chris is a big crybaby.
And that sucks.
Chris cries online too much, bro.
I can't hate him.
I was a fan of the guy. But
cool
man, dude, after those last couple fights, bro, this guy was on Twitter every day bitching like about the refs,
I think
about
it's part
this,
of the game.
about the judges. I mean, I get it, but come on, bro.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like you see
I'm with you.
people
It can get tiring if the wrong guy does it.
I get it. Get it out there once. Let your voice be heard. Bro, every day for like 2 weeks straight, this guy was on Twitter, bro. Every time I went on, I was like, "Oh my god, he's still complaining." Dude.
Well,
but,
look, he's staying active. He keeps getting the fights. So
he is definitely staying active. Yeah, for sure. And he started.
He's good, man. I love his boxing. No
He's
doubt.
a good fighter.
No, I
He's
love
a
his
good
boxing.
fighter.
He's got a he's really good in the pocket. If he gets inside, well, I mean, to me, I'll tell you, in my research of watching these guys fight a few times, you know, in prep for the show, Ep.11 is crafty. He's slick. He's fast. He's got quick hands. And if he can control it at distance and then mix in some of the stuff that Curtis hates, like some of that wrestling stuff that he hated when
100%.
he fought over in London, then he could control it and it could be a really ugly fight. But if it gets into this range and Curtis can get some of these uppercuts and short crosses going, he could literally put out the lights any second. Absolutely. He's really good at that. But officially, I'm going to have Ep.11, and I actually like the line. I think it could be even higher than what I saw at minus 160. It's actually juicing a little bit towards Curtis, so that actually helps me.
Yeah, honestly, I think Curtis is just going to have a little tough time with that size mismatch. To be honest, it's a tough one. It's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
Especially with somebody as crafty as this dude. Like, if you're fighting somebody that's, kind of one-dimensional or, kind of like a one-trick pony, shouldn't be too hard. But this guy is pretty well-rounded, and I think he gets it done.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he whooped up on Buckley, and that performance he had against, Shibazin was pretty good too. So, I mean, that's when I saw how, dang, this guy's pretty salty.
Yeah, he's legit.
Main card, baby.
Main card, baby. We got Marc-Andre versus Eric Anders.
The Power Bar.
This is another. Yeah, this is the Power Bar.
One of the coolest nicknames. Power Bar.
There we go.
What do you think here?
Volume versus power, man. It's that tail of tape. If Anders doesn't catch him early, Marc-Andre is going to be dancing around and having a blast picking him apart. But, bro, if Eric Anders lands a clean shot on you, bro, you are probably going to sleep. So I think outside of the first round, if Anders doesn't get it done, it's Marc-Andre. And I'm leaning towards the younger dude, Marc-Andre, to get it done. In his hometown. It's
surprising to me that he's younger because he looks
yeah,
old.
he looks
he looks like he's been fighting for 25 years. But I think he's also got one of those heads that is just built for MMA. He's only been knocked out once. So in his professional career, I mean, he's got 21 fights and he's lost 6. He's only been knocked out once. So, Anders is the same way. Anders, they've both been doing more of giving the damage than taking it. And so you put two of those guys in the ring and it's kind of, that classic climb the ladder, UFC survival of the fittest. This one's going to be fun to watch, man. And I'm with you. I got Power Bar because I think it's going to get past that first round. I think he's probably going to look like he might lose once or twice. And then he's just going to – the dude never gets tired. And if you can throw a million punches in 3 rounds, a lot of times you're going to win.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Brutal Anders kick to the face would be fun to see, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. This is another good fight. This is what I'm saying, man. Almost all these fights are really, really, really good fights. It just doesn't have the high-end commercial name value that's going to sell. It's going to sell a bunch of pay-per-views. But dude,
Nate the Train,
this
baby.
one's one where you almost always want to pull for Nate just so you get an interview, right? Like you got to get an interview with Nate the Train. Do you have any clips? Do you have any Nate the Train interview clips for the people?
Not off the rip, but dude, this guy is friggin' hilarious, baby. I love this guy. I love this guy. I love this guy, dude.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. So what do you think? You think
I'm rolling with Nate, baby. I'm rolling with Nate.
Are you?
I'm rolling with Nate.
All right. Well, maybe we'll have to bet something on this one. You're all on the train. You're on the Nate train.
I'm on the Nate train, baby. Chew, motherfucking chew. Let's go.
Maybe we'll bet it. We could bet it Ash Moose or some sort of challenger or something or I'm not going to do a shoey on the podcast, but we could figure something out.
Absolutely.
So other than the fact that Nate is just a crazy man, and so he's always live to win. That's obvious. Anything technical or specific that you like?
I like his cardio. I like his cardio a lot. I think Nate can put some pace on Ige that Ige has never felt before. Because Nate's all about that action. Obviously, Ige's got hands. He's got some power. He can easily catch Nate for sure. But Nate's a little bit bigger. I just think, it's Nate's looking like he's a man on a mission this week, bro. The press conferences,
Nate
the weigh-ins.
weighed in. He weighed in underweight though. He was under the limit. That's why
he's trying to get
he's taller.
Champ weight.
Trying to get real lean.
I think it's champ weight.
I'm with you on it. He was under that weight by a pound too. But so I like me some Nate the Train. He is fearless and he don't give a rip about anything. I think that if you're just looking at the record, Stan Ige is like, I always lost 3 out of 4. Dude, his level of competition and the dudes that he fights are unbelievable. And I think Nate is going to feel the crowd and he's going to feel everybody in the world pumping him up at a plus money. And he's going to go in there and I think he's probably going to get chinned. And I think Ige is
don't say it.
And I think that Nate might give a great interview while he's unconscious. I think you could just literally mic him up for his little REM dream that he's going to have after Ige puts him to sleep, and it'll be hilarious. But we'll put a moment on this one or something like that, because this is a great fight. This might be fight of, if Oliveira Dariush isn't fight of the night, if that ends fast, this one could be fight of the night for sure.
How about one of those? You got an extra one of those new Amanda Nunes challengers?
I will when I open this pack later. But
same here.
That's not the highlight. That's not the highlight. We'll figure it out off air. We'll let the people know if they're interested. I doubt they're interested in our little side bet. But next on the deal, you think this one's going to be one of the most hype because they got the Canadian Prince, right? He's got to be the next. He's like the Canadian whatever. He's the next big thing for Canada, or else they wouldn't put him in the spot.
Next big thing. He hasn't been out of the first round. He's finishing everybody quick as hell.
100% finish rate. 100% finish in the first round rate.
Looks like he's unstoppable, but he's got a tough test here, man. Got some real competition here, not a tin can in front of him. So
are you gonna say Fugit and you're gonna bet on Adam, or are you gonna
Did he change his last name? You think he changed his last name? Because it sounds like Fugit.
No, I was just trying to I was just trying to bring in the humor to it. But do you think he's got a chance? Fugit has I think that's how you're supposed to say it. He's got a 4-inch reach advantage, but
he's definitely got the grappling prowess. Maybe he might be a better grappler. I think he's going to test Mike's. I think he's going to test Mike's grappling right off the rip, and we'll see if Mike's got it or not. If he finds and he's a little bit lankier. Yeah, it's gonna be a good one, bro. Let me see the odds here.
He's walking
they're heavy on Mike. Heavy on Mike.
What's the number now? Does it show live? 215.
205 on Mike. plus 175 on Adam.
Well, as of last night, it was 220 on Mike. So there's some sharp money coming on Fugit, which is surprising to me. But to me, I don't, maybe this is the end of my podcast career, but Mike Malot's one of my locks of the night, man. I got no problem anchoring down on Mike Malott. I think he's going to smash.
He's been talking a big game. Yeah, he's been talking a big game all week, dude. He's pretty much leading that press conference. Every time you give him the microphone, he's going absolutely ballistic. So, you got to put that money where his mouth is, and we'll see if he does it.
No doubt.
We'll see if he does it. Now this right here is a crazy fight, dude. This one's nuts.
I mean, shocked if this goes longer than 6-7 minutes, I would be pretty shocked. I mean,
this is only a 3-round fight.
Charles is criminally. Yeah, I heard people go, oh, it should be 5 rounds. I don't think it's making 5 rounds, but I mean, Charles is really, he looks focused. He's acting like he's got, all the fire. He's just one of those guys. He's been my favorite fighter for a long time.
Charles
His ability
after
to
a
just throw up
loss.
crazy stuff.
Yeah, Charles after a loss is a scary dude, bro.
It is.
After a loss, he's a scary dude. But yeah, the motivation thing is very. I mean, because he's got that money. He's you see him in the embedded, like he's got it now. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Let's see.
Well, I think there's also stylistically too. Really quick, to point out something that I think actually matters though is that those last 3 fights that he had were all bangers, right? Beneil Dariush punches just as hard, if not harder, than. I mean, he's not going to throw Gaethje's crazy volume, and he's not going to have, Poirier's, technical whatever. But if Beneil hits Charles in the face and sits him down, he's not going to be scared like Gaethje was to go down after him. That's what happened for a while. Everybody was scared to go down. Oh, knock him down. I'm not going down there because I don't want to get my arm broken or my knee cracked or my choked out. Beneil Dariush
Islam went down there too.
At all. Oh, and I think he's not. He's a strong dude, man. I think he's really got good top pressure, and I love me some Charles DuBronx, but I think Dariush is probably going to get the win.
You're taking Dariush, huh?
You think DuBronx has got it in him still? If I knew he was 100% motivated and still hungry like he was when he was trying to get the title, then I made some good money betting on him as an underdog all 3 of those fights. I mean, I had Charles all 3 of those. Man,
I'm leaning. It's tough. It's tough to say. Tough to say Beneil, but it's looking like Beneil might win, dude. It's looking like Beneil might win.
It's going to be a hell of a fight.
Even though I hate to say it. I don't think it's going to go the distance. I definitely think, somebody's catching a neck, bro. I think somebody's catching one of their necks. Somebody's going to get clipped. Beneil's neck's going to get caught.
Yep. I think Charles is a criminally underrated technical striker. I think that Charles could piece up Beneil for the better part of the first half of the first round, but I just don't. His striking defense. He just gets hit clean quite a bit, and I think that Dariush has got a chance that if he hits him clean, then he might set him down, and then at that point it's either a club and sub or something like that.
This is a big step up in competition too for Beneil because he hasn't really fought anybody else in the top 5, right? His whole career. So this is his first top 5 fight, I think, in lightweight.
Well, Mateusz Gamrot was last, and that dude is an absolute monster. And I mean, he's pretty. That dude's pretty. I mean, he handled.
He almost lost to Arman. That was a close ass fight, dude.
I was there. I was at that one. I bet Arman. I thought it was pretty close, but
it was very close. I remember watching that whole fight.
But Dariush made Gamrot look like
silly,
like he was a fringe top 15 guy, not a fringe top 5 guy. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
We'll see, man. It's gonna be a fun one. What do you got on this last one? We can get into this talking some parlays.
Nunes versus Aldana.
Clear goat. This is the clear woman's goat. There's no doubt about it. She looks mean, man. She looks ripped and mean. I was gonna wait till weigh-ins to make my final decision or call on it. When she lost to Juliana, she looked soft. She looked kind of like, she didn't have muscle tone. She looked kind of grumpy.
Yeah.
Dude, she seems fired up, and I have heard nothing but the big question that I've heard all week and all of the, from all the commentary is does she have the motivation? She's rich. She's got, her wife has another baby on the way. It's like, does she need to keep fighting? She doesn't, and if she lacks any motivation, Irene Aldana is gonna frickin' smoke her. But I think she's gonna ground her out, and I think Nunes might have
go for the grappling.
Yeah,
I think Nunes is gonna be heavy on the grappling.
Yeah, Irene Aldana almost got submitted by Macy Chiasson. like that's her and Amanda Nunes are not the same level of BJJ and just overall pressure and wrestling, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely on the ground, I'm Nunes for sure. But when it comes to boxing, man, I think Irene's got some good hands, bro. She's got some good hands. No. And if she cracks Amanda with something early, bro, it could be very interesting.
There's no doubt. I mean, I agree with you, and I'll tell you this, and I don't know if I still say the ticket, but I had Juliana that first fight in a parlay because Amanda didn't look with it. She looked kind of like lackadaisical, and in the last fight at 277, you and I were both at together in Dallas. She didn't have that. She looked fired up, like she hated Juliana. And she looks really respectful of Aldana. I think she respects her, and I think she overlooked Pena. And I think that
taking her serious.
I think Amanda Nunes I think she's got 2 or 3 more in her that she's going to just demolish people, and then she's going to hang them up. I don't think it's today.
Yes, sir. So you're going with the GOAT by ground and pound.
Yeah, or sub. I mean, I think she could sub her. That's where I would go with inside the distance finish as opposed to picking either one of those. Yeah. If I was going to bet it on a single, if I was going to isolate the fight and bet it, I would bet Amanda Nunes inside the distance. What about you? You think Aldana's going to crack her, don't you?
I'm liking the dogs, bro. I'm liking a couple dogs here. I think I like Aldana.
I'm usually way bigger on the dogs.
I like Diego Lopez in her corner as her jiu-jitsu trainer. That dude was a beast when he came and did that. He fought a couple weeks ago, remember? Like short notice, and he was trying to submit the shit out of that guy. So that guy's been training her for a minute. So hopefully, I mean, she got some tools to defend some of this ground pressure that's going to be coming from Amanda. And maybe she catches her with an uppercut on the way in or something, something nice and clean like that, And because she got some really crisp hands, dude.
She does. I mean, all those Mexican fighters are really good boxers.
And it's nice to finally see somebody that Amanda doesn't tower over or make look really small, She's right there with her, maybe even a little bit taller, So it should be interesting. It should be interesting for sure. Because usually Juliana was lining up with her with the big ass heels on, when they did the face-offs and shit,
Just yelling and trying to sound smart and really correct words half the time.
Nunes, because Nunes only fought Juliana the last 2-3 years, and I mean she had a big size advantage over her, 3 inches or whatever, reach advantage. So this is somebody that's pretty much matched up evenly size-wise. So I think it should be a lot of people are thinking Amanda's just going to steamroll her, but I think it's going to be a closer fight than that.
I think that you could just look at the odds initially and maybe have that take. I think that's not necessarily the case though, because look at Nunes's last 6 or 8 fights. It's pretty rare that you get her around a 3-1 favorite, to be honest. I mean, most of the time she's 6, 7, 8, maybe 10-1 favorite.
Yeah.
But I think this is a chance, again, if you look at her and you see that she might not be wanting to do it, or that she might be kind of checking out a little bit,
motivation, the motivation,
super live. But if they're both coming in to crack, I mean, Amanda's the GOAT for a reason. It's not impossible. I just think that if she comes ready to crack. And she looked freaking ripped, dude. She looked chiseled at that weigh-in. So
yeah, she looks ready. She looks
ready
really
quick.
Sure. Go for it.
I want to take a minute to talk about bet strategy on this one, because I think it opens it up for a few options, because there's a lot of people that a lot of folks like as pretty heavy favorites, right? So you could add something like a builder. You could pick Arcaline or Zahabi. You can pick one of those. But to me, I like builder. I like me some Maverick. These are all kind of higher end favorites. And then scroll up a little further up. And then Barrio, I like. I know you don't like this, but I like Ige because I think he's going to have the.
It's all good, baby. It's all good, baby.
And then Malat, and then Nunes, man. And you put that 6-layer together, you're going to get some crazy odds, and they're all pretty good favorites. Obviously, if you don't like anybody in that mix, take them out of your parlay. But what's beautiful about ending a parlay with a heavy favorite is that you can hedge. You know, you can hedge really easy. I had it the other night on the PFL fights. I had Brendan Loughnane in a 5-legger parlay. And all I had to do was hit the little button, the little plus money parlay or little hedge bet to make sure you don't lose any money. And I fell asleep and I missed Brandon Loughnane getting knocked out. I didn't know that was something that happened in PFL. So if you follow this strategy, you got to make sure you either are all in on that big favorite at the end or you hedge your bets. But for me, I'm going to end up doing something like a 6-legger like this. And then I'm going to do a 5-legger that has most of the same pieces. Might take out Builder, to be honest. And then a 4-legger where I might take out Maverick because that 4-legger has some pretty good juice on it. And I might, do a little bit of a round robin on it. So I'm going to be aggressively attacking some parlays on this card because I'm a big dog or pass guy. And there's just not that much underdog. For me, there's not a whole lot of underdog value on this card. There's a lot of good value in some guys that are close money, like that Barrio Anders fight is. If you have a lean one way or the other, you're getting a really good addition to your parlay piece there. So
a 6 parlay that he was saying was Builder, Maverick,
Miranda, Power Bar,
Mark Andre, Danny Gay, and Amanda.
Mike Malat.
And then you said one of these guys.
And Amanda. So to me, that's one of those examples of like, if you got a heavy lean on him, I like Ari Kalang. I think he's got to have a good job. But I've heard a lot of steam on Zahabi. So I'm worried I might be missing something there. I'll have some other parlays that are some 4 or 5-leggers that have Ari Kalang in there too. Because I like the number. You don't want all -300s in a parlay, or it's hard to get anything back out.
For sure.
But I think if you can find your 1 or 2 that you're close, to me, it's Power Bar, and then I think Ari Kalang are two of my favorites that are around that even money. And unfortunately, I just don't have a whole lot of dog. I don't have a lot of dog in this card. Imavov too. I think Imavov is going to be on my card in some of my parlays as well.
Okay. Yep. Charles
TJ
is
says
a dog.
Nunes. Yep. TJ saying that Nunes' sub is plus 400. I mean,
on DraftKings and Aldal and the TKO 650.
I think those are the ways it could go. I mean, I don't know. Nunes should have knocked out Juliana Pena in Dallas, but Juliana Pena,
she was tough as nails, bro. Tough as nails.
She wanted face surgery. Yeah, I want to go to the hospital.
Plastic surgery.
I want a new face, so might as well just keep hitting it as much as you can.
Might as well get my head split open all the way. Like, she had that pretty nasty gash, like down her braid, right at the end of her braid. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
That's when you're happy you're live and you don't have to just keep getting the zoomed in look at it on TV.
Should be some good fights,
we got packs,
everybody. Huh? We got packs to rip. We're going to rip our packs and then call it a show after this. Don't forget, type in 289 in the chat. And I'm going to get my screen ready to rip my packs here. I got 2 packs to rip. Right. Been holding them for a while, longer than I've ever held some packs. So I'm going to try and get them going here. Chrome tab, here we go. There we are. I got 2 packs. Which one should I go with first, y'all? What do you think?
Go with the round 1 premium, man. It's there for
round 1 premium, and then we'll do that elite pack after. All right, this is the pack I got for burning a shitload of contenders in that burn challenge. I'm going to go with this bad boy. For the record, I've never pulled any gold in my career on UFC Strike. Maybe today that changes. We'll see.
Today's the day, baby. Got that Indiana State Sycamore pride in the house, so maybe you get a little love from the trees.
Let's see what we got, boys. Shoey. I got a shoey. Super fast here. All right, so we got, speaking of the devil, Chris Curtis, G-Rod, and I got a shoey.
There you go.
I got a shoey, boys.
Nice. What number?
796.
790, is that what it is? All right.
Yeah. 3-digit shoey. All righty. This is the big one. Here we go. Here we go. Is McGregor coming to the wallet? Moment of truth. Come on, baby. Nope. Nunes, Gastelum, Whitaker, and the rest of the contendees. No McGregor.
I'll do mine if you can go over there. I opened that one that I bought as the test pack, just that we were going to open pre-show. I opened it in the background. I got number 11, Michael Bisping, contender.
Nice. I got a 3-digit TJ there.
I got 3-digit Dariush.
248 Whitaker, 365 Gastelum, and 189 Nunes. Not bad. Not bad. I'm going to get out of here. And then now you're going to share yours, right?
Jump to mine. Yeah.
Just go to that present button at the bottom. And then when you click share screen,
yeah, I had it still on the share
go to Chrome tab, or use the tab version of the site and then pull it up. Use your Chrome tab, that way you could get, and then you shared it.
Oh yeah.
And once you share it, I'll pop it up here for the folks. There we go.
There we go.
There's low key, man. Go ahead and I see it fine. Good luck, sir.
Come on, baby. Connor time.
McGregor. Connor time. Yeah, we'll get him next time, baby. We'll get him next time. Good luck, bro. Can we get a Connor on the show? Gold? No gold. No gold.
Well, these things happen.
They happen. They happen, ladies and gentlemen.
Out of a $40 pack, right?
I mean, got all the new moments, bro. You can't beat that. Can't beat it at all. But yeah, would have been. Oh, it's all right. It's all right, bro. I saved you. There. But let me share my screen one last time here. Done with that part. Done with that. So now we just got one last thing, guys, before we wrap up the show today. The 289 giveaway.
Good luck, everybody.
If you haven't already typed 289 in the chat, make sure you type it in the chat. This is going to be for a UFC Strike Standouts Pack. Whoever wins this, I do need you to comment in the chat so I know that you're here. And then just shoot me a DM on Discord so we can make sure that the Strike team gets you that pack delivered to your wallet. So we're going to go ahead and run this right now. 289 in the chat. If you haven't already, I'm going to give it a couple more seconds here. Looks like everybody that's typing 289 right now is already in there, so that's good. 45 people. Ready? Steady. Good luck. Who's going to get that pack? COINTELPRO. COINTELPRO. Congratulations. I need you to say something in here, though. Please comment. Please tell me you're here before I have to hit this draw again button. I need a comment, Cointel. Come on. Come on. Where's he at? Is he here? Is he here? Cointel for the win, but he's got to be here or I re-roll.
Ooh.
Is he here?
All the congrats. Then we got the dissension where people's just like, yeah, and on to the next.
Re-roll. Where's he at? He just typed in 289. Where? Where is he? I don't see him, dude. What are you talking about? There he is. Yeah, 127. He did type something. Cointel, talk to me. He's gone. He came in, took it, and he left. We do have a couple other giveaways going on. I got this. We're giving away this Beneil Dariush autograph card in my Discord for the pick'ems today, with a few other cards that bunch of fighters that are fighting today. Bunch of stuff here. A couple folks, a couple rookie cards. Mike Mallett, David Dvorak, rookies.
Get over there and do that.
So make sure.
Good luck on your card pick'ems. So.
Yeah.
You already have my address from when you sent me the last one, so maybe I'll
for sure. Cointel, where's Cointel? He just typed 289 and left. Damn. So what do you guys think, bro? Should we rerun it or what? What do you think? He was here like 3 minutes ago and then he left. He's a good guy, though. He's a good guy.
Well, if you have to be present to claim to win, then
it was mentioned in the in my advertisements everywhere. Got to be present to win.
Well,
give it to him. See, yeah, people know he's a cool dude, bro. He's a cool dude. He's a cool dude in the community. He's a nice guy. He might not have heard the rule. Chat amongst yourselves. Give it a second. A second. We'll see. I don't know. But all I know is we've been on for about an hour and a half, and Daddy Diddley's a little tired.
It's time to roll, baby. You gotta get all the pick'ems. You gotta get your bet cards. If you do DraftKings or MoMA, or
time
whatever,
to roll. Reroll. Everybody wants a reroll. All right, we're re-rolling it.
I mean,
if you're not in here, you ain't winning. Here we go. Re-roll, baby.
If he wins again, he just gets it.
Alex won. And it's not Alex Community. It's a different Alex. But
Alex,
I was
wondering, is Alex eligible?
It's Alex, I forgot what his Discord name is, but is that Alex Community? I don't know if it is Alex Community. Oh, that's Zoger. Zoger 2015. Yep. Zoger wins.
Clearly present to win.
Congrats, brother. And he is present, and he did say, Zoger 2015, let's go. DM me, bro. We'll make sure you get that pack. Congratulations. All right. No more sharing of the screen. Congrats, Zog. Hit me up. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in this week. Hope everybody enjoys the fights later. Sure, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on in the Strike Discord. Usually they do some giveaways and stuff. Make sure you get your pick'ems done. My Discord, Strike Discord. Could win this Beneil Dariush autograph this week. And that's pretty much it. Low key, you got anything else for the people, brother?
Don't worry about the Beneil Dariush autograph. I'm just going to win that. But you guys should participate in all the rest of the stuff if you'd like. No, man, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, underrated card that I think it's going to put out some bangers, maybe a couple of duds, but should be fun. Had a blast, Eddie. Appreciate you again, man. Look forward to doing it again in the future.
Yeah, appreciate you too for hopping on. Thank you again, everybody, for tuning in. And we'll be back next week. Should be another one. Take it easy.